Powered by the Montana Television Network. This is the 10 o'clock news on Q2, Montana's news leader.
Good evening, everyone. Thanks for joining us on this election night. I'm Jeanelle Slade.
And I'm Jay Cohn. The voters finally get their say in today's local elections, deciding races for mayor, city council, schools, and a public safety levy.
In Billings, attorney Bill Cole sails to an easy victory over former Republican Party Chairman Jeff Assman, and voters narrowly approve more funding for the Yellowstone County Attorney's Office.
With 47% of the eligible voters casting ballots, the results are in, and former Chamber of Commerce Board Chair Bill Cole is elected the new mayor of Billings.
In what was expected to be a tight race, Cole outpolled Billings legislator Jeff Assman by nearly 2-to-1 margin. Cole gets 63% of the votes to Assman's 36%. Cole will take the reins of the city from Mayor Tom Hannell, who's held the post for the past 8 years.
The Billings mayor receives a salary of $9,600 a year and an office in City Hall. In the closest contest of the night, voters narrowly approve a public safety levy that will boost funding for the Yellowstone County Attorney's Office.
That levy passing by just 1,200 votes, 51% in favor, 48% opposed.
Voters in Lockwood asked to approve an expansion of the Lockwood School District, possibly paving the way for a Lockwood High School in the future.
That measure passing quite handily tonight, 69% in favor, 31% opposed. Lockwood voters now have 2 years to plan to levy taxes to build a high school. And a new mayor also elected in Laurel tonight, where longtime city employee Dave Wagner has been elected to a 4-year term.
Wagner getting 53% of the vote today to Thomas Nelson's 46%. Nelson is a current member of the Laurel City Council. Wagner will succeed Mark Mace, who's been the Laurel mayor for the past 4 years. Laurel voters also asked to approve both an elementary and a high school bond, as the district there proposes a 20-year plan to deal with enrollment growth. But the price tag proving too big for taxpayers' appetite.
The elementary bond for $37.6 million going down to defeat 57% opposed to 43% in favor. And the same result for the $14.9 million bond for the Laurel High School District.
That bond going down as well, 58% opposed, 42% were in favor.
As for our new city council members in Ward 1, the south side of Billings and a portion of downtown, incumbent Mike Yakowicz brought in about twice as many votes as challenger Charlie Smiley. Yakowicz winning re-election with nearly 62% of the votes to 37%.
In Ward 2, which serves the Billings Heights, retired firefighter, now construction company owner Frank Ewald, edges out insurance services provider Roger Graveguard. Ewald gets 54% of the vote to 45% for Graveguard. The seat now held by Angela Cimino, who is term limited.
In Ward 3, which covers much of central Billings and Briarwood, Denise Joy will fill the seat of Rich McFadden, who was term limited out. Now, Joy with 58% over local business owner Naja Brown with 41%.
Now turning our attention to Billings Ward 4, which covers a long, narrow swath of the city between the Rims and Colton Boulevard. Councilmember Al Swanson deciding not to run again. So photographer Penny Ronning will fill the seat. Tonight she gets 53% of the vote to customer advocate George Blackard's 47%.
And incumbent Sean Brown will serve another term for residents in Ward 5 on the city's west end. Brown gleaning 55% of the votes to challenger Dennis Ulvestad with 44%. Now this was Ulvestad's 5th time running for city council.
So absorb all that. Let's get you back to the Billings mayor's race now, where past Chamber of Commerce Board President Bill Cole sailed to victory tonight.
Cole defeating Billings legislator and former Republican Party Chairman Jeff Assman, and it wasn't close. Cole winning tonight 64% to 35%.
Q2's Dustin Kleeman just back from Bill Cole's victory party over at the Highlands Country Club. Dustin?
Good evening, Jay and Jeanelle. Cole was overwhelmed with the support. The task at hand isn't lost on him either. Billings mayor is a major undertaking. The process of the Magic City's future takes more than just one voice.
I want them to know that their voice will be heard. The way that we can make progress in the city is if we all row, or as many as possible, row in the same direction. So we will be listening. I will be listening to their voice. They need to make their voice heard. We need to come up with this common vision, make some tough choices, but I'm looking forward the next couple of years to having that, continuing this conversation. So it's an exciting time. Billings is on the cusp of becoming a leader in the New West, and it's an exciting time.
I spoke with Mayor Tom Hannell, who in 8 years only missed 2 of more than 400 council meetings. He says he'll miss the job, but says Cole will do a great one. Now, Hannah will be interviewed on Montana This Morning by Victoria Hill tomorrow. Tune in for that. Jay and Jeanelle.
All right, thanks, Dustin.
A narrow victory for the Yellowstone County Attorney's Office tonight as voters passed the public safety mill levy. Now, that levy for $2.75 million will help address the county's growing criminal caseload.
Q2's Asia Gore joining us here now tonight with the reaction from the Yellowstone County Attorney. Asia?
Jay and Jeanelle, voters only passed that levy by a small margin, but Yellowstone County Attorney Scott Twito calls it a big success and a major relief. Twito's office has not asked voters for a mill levy in 17 years. About 20% of all child abuse and neglect cases in the state are filed here in Yellowstone County, which stresses an already full system. This levy is meant to address that growing caseload. Twito says this money won't result in any new or expanded services, but it will help prosecutors keep up with the growing number of cases.
What you're going to see out of the county attorney's office is we're going to continue to do the work that's necessary to maintain our justice system. One of the things that we've seen increase dramatically are the rise in felony crimes, the rise in child abuse and neglect cases, the rise in mental health commitments, and all of those things. Now we can do that moving forward to make sure that the residents are as safe as possible as the criminal justice system handles those matters.
The levy increases property taxes about $10.80 on a $100,000 home and about $21.60 on a $200,000 home. Jay and Jeanelle?
All right, thank you, Asia. We have all of these results posted for you right now at ktvq.com.
New information tonight about the Crow Agency man killed by police during a weekend standoff at Big Bear.
Frank Half Jr. was arrested in 2015 for pointing a gun at strangers. In fact, he was on probation for that incident when he engaged Billings police in a standoff this past Saturday.
Half was killed after that 9-hour-long incident on King Avenue West, and the autopsy results confirm Half was fatally shot when 8 Billings police officers fired on him during a shootout. Now, those 8 officers now on administrative leave, a motive still unknown. Toxicology results are still pending.
When Half was arrested in 2015, officers did find methamphetamine in his pocket. That arrest stems from an incident where Half pointed a gun at 2 men, demanded money. This out on King Avenue East at the Burger King restaurant. The victims were able to wrestle the gun away. Then they were able to hold Half down until police arrived. Half was initially sentenced to 5 years at the Butte Pre-Release Center.
It's unclear why he came to Billings, though. The owner of Master Lube on King Avenue tells us that Half applied for a job the day before the standoff.
And the owners of the Big Bear Sports Center are now speaking out for the first time since Saturday's incident.
They tell Q2 while they are unsure when the store will reopen, they are doing their best to move on from an incident they could have never planned for.
It's one of those tragic events you hope never happens, and especially in your own community. But since it has happened, I mean, we've come together as a company, like a family, and we're going to work together and just stay positive and move forward and try and come back better than ever. The community support has been amazing. I mean, we've been getting messages, calls, all kinds of thoughts and prayers, and we can't tell the community how much we appreciate all that.
And the Taylors say they are especially thankful for all the law enforcement on scene and that no one else was injured.
They also say employees will be staying on and will help with all the work that needs to be done as they work to reopen the store. New information regarding the mental health of the Texas church shooter during his time in the U.S. Air Force. And it's raising even more questions about how he was able to get his hands on the weapons. Meg Oliver has the latest for us from Sutherland Springs, Texas.
According to a 2012 police report, authorities in El Paso described Devin Kelly as a, quote, danger to himself and others, as he had already been caught sneaking firearms onto Holloman Air Force Base. That report was filed after the then 21-year-old escaped from a mental health facility in New Mexico during his stint in the Air Force. Police say he was attempting to carry out death threats he had made on his military chain of command. 5 months later, he was court-martialed for domestic violence.
His fingerprints should have been put into the database, and they were not.
The Air Force has admitted it failed to flag Kelly to the FBI, a mistake that allowed the gunman to purchase the rifle he used to kill 26 people. Lorenzo Flores says Kelly came to First Baptist Sunday dressed for battle.
This guy was dressed like G.I. Joe, like all in black and all that stuff.
Roseanne Solis and her husband were sitting near the door when Kelly began targeting churchgoers, including crying babies. They survived by playing dead.
It was so scary, and that man was shooting. I mean, he was shooting hard.
Authorities say Kelly fired at least 450 rounds of ammunition at worshipers that day. Federal investigators are working to unlock his cell phone as they try to figure out his motives. Meg Oliver, CBS News, Sutherland Springs, Texas.
Switching gears to weather, although not everyone appreciates that recent snow, Bob. How does it compare to years past at this time?
We've had a lot of snow compared to years past. So far, we've got 6 inches of snow measured at the airport. But would you like to know how much we normally have for this time of year? Let me show you. Well, right now, we've had over a foot of snow already in the Billings area. Normally for this time of year, we should have 6.2. We're already almost 6 inches ahead of normal. Other places like Great Falls, they're at 14 inches. Same thing over in Bozeman, and you'll notice they are way ahead of normal too. The only place that really hasn't had that much snow is over at Glasgow at 1.6 inches. Normally they should be at 2.2, so they're just about a half an inch shy of being caught up to average. Our forecast for the rest of the week, that's coming up next.
All right, thanks, Bob.
Still to come on tonight's 10 o'clock news, the phantom shot. It isn't a ghost story, but the details inside are chilling.
And later in sports, this senior high volleyball player has done what no Montanan ever has. Scott shows us what.
You're watching MTN News with Jay Cohn and Jeanelle Slade. Storm Tracker weather with Bob McGuire. And sports with Scott Green. This is the 10 o'clock news on Q2, Montana's news leader.